Kim Davis Switches Political Parties by Melissa Amos, Queen's University of Charlotte, digital presentation. Kim Davis is the clerk of Rowan County, Kentucky. Elected to her position in November 2014 as a Democrat and one of the most talked about public officials with respect to her refusal to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, referencing her faith and personal beliefs as reasons for not doing her job. She's an elected official who doesn't want to follow the constitutional law, refusing to uphold the Supreme Court ruling. This controversy has sparked many debates and conversations around her decision to deny marriage licenses to same-sex couples. In the wake of all of this controversy, Davis has now switched political parties. Quoting Davis, quote, "I've always been a Democrat, but the party left me," end quote, referencing the lack of support that she received from the Democratic Party with respect to her crusade. My presentation today is in respect to Kim Davis and her point of reference to switch political parties to the Republican Party and the message that it sent. Certainly an uh-oh moment. I intend to use the theoretical framework of Erving Goffman to focus on the message Davis has sent to the people of Rowan County. Using Goffman's key concepts of impression management, framing, footing, and face to illustrate the process of relationship development, identification, and image construction, showing the many dimensions of discourse and the importance of how your message is interpreted, especially when the message is delivered by a person of power.
Registered Democrat, but you've gotten a lot of support from Republicans. Have you thought about switching parties?
I've already done that.
You've already done it?
Yes,
Really?
ma'am.
When did you do that?
Last week.
Last week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wow. So how does that feel? How long had you been a registered Democrat?
All my life.
And were your parents and grandparents?
My mother and father are very strong Democrats, and I told my mother, and she didn't even bat an eye, so it didn't surprise her.
What about the rest of your family? Are they?
They're all changed. My children, yeah.
Wow. So what made the difference for you?
The lack of support. Have that support from your party or from your constituents, you know, it just kind of, I don't know, my husband and I had talked about it for quite a while, and you know, we came to the conclusion that the Democrat Party left us a long time ago. So why were we hanging on? Because, you know, we don't stand for for their platform, you know, so we decided to go ahead and change.
Now a registered Republican, she has sent a message to the people of Rowan County who elected her that she has abandoned them just as she felt the Democratic Party has abandoned her. Switching political parties suggests to me that she's given up her claim that she's just doing the job that the people elected her to do. The Democrats elected her to office, and now she is a Republican? Goffman's work focuses on social interaction, showing how language is situated in particular circumstances of social life and how it reflects and adds meaning and structure to those circumstances. In this case, how the change in party affiliation now adds structure and meaning to Davis's circumstances. Goffman's key concepts teach us that many facts or reasons behind a message lie beyond the time and place of the interaction. The truth, real attitudes, emotions, and beliefs are ascertained indirectly. As we look at Davis's message using Goffman's key concepts, the expression she gives and the expression that is given off becomes clear to see. Impression management. People use communication deliberately to strategically create a desired impression of themselves. Davis used impression management to communicate a message that she's here to serve the people that elected her. However, abandoning her duties as clerk of Rowan County and refusing to do her job by choice and proclamation of her commitment to God's laws contradicts this impression. Her change in political parties suggests she's not there to serve the people who elected her, as those that did were Democrats. Framing is essential to understand communicative moves, how activities are interpreted, a way to explain the background of ongoing conversations. To quote our textbook, quote, "Taken all together, the primary framework of a particular social group constitutes a central element of its culture," end quote. In this case, the religious frame in which Davis has constructed for us as a lens to view her actions is an element of her culture. Framing is a way to explain the background of the ongoing conversation. Simply put, framing answers the question, what's going on here? In this case, the change in political affiliation is a result of Davis feeling abandoned and not supported by the Democratic Party during her time of need. This feeling established meaning for Davis and became a symbolic value with respect to her socially constructed world, resulting in the decision to change parties. Footing. This is the relation between the spokesperson and the message. Davis is defined as the author of this message, choosing what to say and how to say it. Her stance is one of conviction, feeling abandoned and confident in the fact that she switched parties to the Republican Party. Footing is concerned with stance or posture in an interaction. Body language, both verbal and nonverbal signals, represent the participant's attitude towards the communication. Davis's attitude is very overlooking of the Democrats that elected her. If the party left her a long time ago, as she stated, why would she run as a Democrat for office less than a year ago? Why would she look towards the Democratic population of her county to elect her to such a position? Her attitude is that of overlooking and conviction to change. Face. Public self-image. Face is constantly negotiated and can be lost, maintained, enhanced. It's intertwined with power and personal prestige. There are two aspects of face, both negative and positive. I feel in this case, Davis portrayed a negative face, accepting her actions will be unimpeded. In my opinion, Davis's actions to change political parties was the face of a threatening face. As the people who elected her to the office are Democrats, her actions to change parties indicate she does not care about their feelings or their wants. There's no saving face in this situation, in my opinion. It's actually a negative interaction. In summary, Davis is still entitled to her personal beliefs and can learn a thing or two if she were in this course. Understanding the importance of individual experiences, attitudes, and the power of sense-making can enhance the communication process. Analyzing the symbolic value of what was said and done to understand the relationship between interpersonal meanings and social structure is vital. In this case, we can come to an understanding of Davis's actual meaning behind her message. She felt her values no longer aligned with the Democratic Party. The switch was a symbolic move that was solidified by interpersonal meaning of her religious beliefs that will now guide her to build a new social structure within the Republican Party. Using Goffman's concepts as a tool to bring interpersonal communication with internal and external publics to the forefront should be done so taking into consideration that strategic and ethical relationships are the cornerstone of this activity. Although politics and power played a huge role in the message delivered by Davis, to change political affiliations was a strategic move on her part, illustrating the process of relationship development, identification, and image construction within her new political party. At the end of the day, the Democrats, the people who elected her just shy of 12 months ago, should feel abandoned by Davis and her change in political affiliation. In my opinion, though, the Republican Party can have Kim Davis.